Hello, everyone. Oh, I love you, Celestine. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this year's lunar calendar energetic transmission. So last year I did a similar masterclass about the dragon, the wood dragon, and this year we're moving into the year of the ascension, the year of the wood snake, the wood serpent. And this is a big year for me because I am born in the fire serpent year. So this is supposed to be a good year for me. I just got to remember I forgot something. Now I'm done. Thank you for waiting. Okay, so hello and welcome to the Year of Ascension Masterclass. So this is a follow-up on last year's Wood Dragon Masterclass. The snake and the dragon are very much related to each other. There's both wood signs, and we will talk a little bit about that. But this is an energetic transmission of this energy of this year. And this has the potential to be a phenomenal year. So I'm really, really happy that you're here. And this is going to be very interesting. So I prepared the presentation a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't looked at it since almost. So this is going to be pure energetic transmission. So I'm super excited about this. But before we start, I would like to take a moment to just arrive and ground, because when we talk about energetics, we're moving into the mystery of things. We're moving into the magic. We're moving into the unknown. We're moving into what cannot be seen with through the physical eye, through the physical manifestation of things, of items. This is something that is felt. This is a felt sense, but it's deeply connected to all our senses and how we experience the world and how we navigate the world. So working with energetics is you're coming to the root of everything, because energy is that's like the smallest particles. So if we follow the energy, we can never go wrong. So that's why I navigate my whole. I feel like I'm truly the. I'm embodying the serpent that way. I'm very, very tactile, and I use all my senses to navigate. That's my primary source. So this is super cool to do this. This is probably one of my favorite topics, actually. So okay, I'm very excited. So I need to ground a little bit. So that's why we're going to do that together. So just find a comfortable position. You guys will be on the receiving end today. Some things might feel super expansive. Some things might feel contractive. And that's okay. That's how the universe communicates with us, through the expansion and the contraction, guiding us to what we need to do, the right path, the way forward. And it's the energy that communicates with our bodies. That's how we know. We're moving into a sense that is more feeling and knowing than practical or structures that comes from the mind. We're not here to have, we're not here to figure things out. We're here to know and feel how to navigate. There will be a lot of information, a lot of principles. You can take notes if you wish, or you can access the replay and look at it again. Do what makes you feel good today. Okay. So you can stay in this receiving energy. I am putting up my screen. Year of Ascension. This is where we rise. The Year of Ascension has a very particular energy around it. It's not just another year. It's really the possibility of going beyond. This is where we can use, it's like connecting with celestial energies, because there's so much transformation. There's so much that we can shift inside of us during this year. Last year was Year of the Dragon. It was building up, but this year is the Year of the Wood Serpent. And it's, so yeah, last year was called Year of the Truth because everything came up to the surface. And now it's the Year of the Ascension, because now we can rise, we can use that truth, we can mobilize that truth that we learned last year, and we use it as a stepping stone to ascend. With the energetics of the serpent, we're moving into a very, very different energy from the dragon. But still, it's still a small dragon. So this is the year where we cultivate clarity, wisdom, and we really move into the mastery side of things. It's about going within to find this connection. It's a connection to movement. The Year of Ascension is a moving energy, and it's designed to help us rise above. It's not forcing, it's through precision, it's through embodiment, and it's through strategy. The serpent is a very strategic being. So this is really the time, because it's like a buffet. It's all available in front of us. So this is where you make a choice. And this is where you grab your ascension. It's an action. It's an active choice to claim your ascension. Okay, from dragon to serpent. So last year was the very, very bold and expansive energy of the dragon. The dragon it's the most powerful animal in the lunar calendar. The dragon is very mighty and bold. So the dragon it's so mighty and strong that no one it can tell it no. You know, it will outpower everything. So the dragon year and last year's dragon year was so dynamic. And now we're moving into the serpent year. So the serpent is called the small dragon, but it's still, so it is the dragon energy, but it's much, much smaller and much, much more refined, because the snake doesn't have this physical power to kind of outpower anything in anyone. There's just no stopping the dragon. So the force and the energy, because both of the animals are wood, they are very connected, and they are connected and tying together. So this is just a transition from this highly transformative dragon year. So it's still as transformative, it's just more refined. The snake can't go on for, I mean, the dragon can probably go on for the full year with no sleep, you know, no rest. It's just, it's been waiting in the mountains to just come out and do its thing, while the snake it doesn't come with the same brute power. And when you don't have that same brute power, you have to act in a different way. So the snake is much more connected and need to be more precise and smart with its movements. So with this year, you can expect a transition from external breakthroughs to internal mastery. So the dragon is like bombastic. It's very external. I mean, just look at last year, all the changes that were made, all the things that was changing, and all the incredible things that we experienced last year. But this is when you move into the internal mastery, because the snake is all about the internal. And the creation is not just big, but it needs to be deeply sustainable and profoundly aligned. So you can see that the difference is that the dragon can just kind of pull through and get what it wants, but the snake needs to be much, much more smart and strategic. However, the snake has an ability to create something that is not only big, but also very aligned with who you are. And this is where we come in. It's the alignment with who we are, so that you can see that the dragon made, it's like you need the dragon to move all the big pieces around. And then the snake comes in and do the cleaning after. So they work together. So if we go into a little bit specific to the serpent energies and the wood influence. So the serpent is intuitive, it's very strategic, and it's known for its wisdom and patience and silent power. And silent power is something that you have because you know how to navigate. It's like the dragon, you can't really miss the dragon because it doesn't want to be missed. It wants to be flamboyant and it wants to be seen and heard, like look at me kind of energy. While the serpent is more, I don't want to be seen all the time. I choose when I want to come out, and I navigate more in the silent. So it doesn't rush, it calculates. And it's very, very, very connected to all the senses. So it's sensing the unseen before making the move. So this year calls for a lot of like inner mastery. It's like moving from your highest source, because it's like you need to be smart, you need to be turned on, you need to have your senses open, because the snake year is moving more into the silence and the invisible, and this is why we are connecting to the magic and the mystery. And it's in the mystery where the biggest changes are made. They are not made in public or on a stage or external. They change on the inside. So it's the embodiment, it's the discernment, knowing who I am, knowing what I want, and navigating the opportunities from this sense, being very, very observant and knowing when to move and not to move. So the energy of 2025 invites you to cultivate resilience and fluidity. So the fluidity is to be adaptable, to not be rigid. And this is where we step into the mystery again, because every time we sense a resistance or a block, the dragon just can just go through it. It's just like, I don't care. What do you mean I can't go here? I'm just gonna walk right through. But that's not available for the serpent. The serpent needs to kind of, okay, I need to adapt here. I need to change. I need to change my circumstances. And that is one of the strengths that the snake has, the energetic of the snake. So the energy of this year is adaptability. Okay, if I see a block, I don't blame that block. I don't try to remove that block. Maybe I don't it's not the block, it's about me. It's like if I have a mountain in front of me and I can't climb it, okay, I need to go around it. I need to go under it. I need to go somewhere else. Maybe this mountain isn't what I'm supposed to climb. So this year invites you to look at what you have in front of you. And if it's not aligned with what you want, you change. We don't accept. We accept, but we don't accept, if that makes sense. So it's about stepping into a new level of mastery where present and intention will shape your reality, because it's you navigating from the background, being very, very observant of whatever is going on and using the senses and the connection with the body to move accordingly. So this is about knowing who you are and trusting yourself deeply. So the wood element is the foundation for growth, wealth, and expansion. So wood is the element of creation, structure, and limitless expansion. So if you take wood, you can take, if you imagine trees, you build them together and you build structure. So the wood is a structure, and it's the element of creating something. So, and because the dragon last year was also wood, we made the massive foundations last year. So we were moving around the big blocks of change, and now we are kind of we're making it beautiful. We know it's like, okay, this is the house that I'm going to build. The big pieces were put together last year, and this is where we finish the creation, and we make it beautiful. We make it limitless. We make it beautiful and shining, and we build the vision that was kind of how do you call it, yeah, something that we created last year. So it's the bridge between vision and manifestation, and turning something into something tangible. That's where the action comes in. It needs to be tangible, and the energies are, so if last year's energy was dramatic, this year energy is fast. So they're different. They're gonna affect us equally as much, but in completely different ways. So the wood serpent's energy, it amplifies strategic growth, deep-rooted connections, and the power to carve new paths with clarity and precision. So this is what I mentioned in the previous slide, that if you find yourself in a situation that is not, that seems blocked for you, then this is where to look inside. Okay, maybe this is an invitation for me to expand in some way, because our beliefs, what we believe about the world, what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about other people, what we believe about government, what we believe about structures, what we believe, everything that we believe that we have in front of us is, we put them into a hard, specific energy, like a rigid energy. And this is where okay, maybe I need to change. Maybe I can change how I view things. Maybe my whole view about the world needs to change to make myself free, to make myself ascend. Because the year of ascension is, how can I rise above whatever it is going on, both the good and the bad? It's like, how can I rise above and be completely free and move limitless? So it's about the foundations and aligning with the natural flow of abundance and really connecting to the energetics of nature and build those structures for long-term success. And the wood is both flexible and strong. So we need to be flexible and strong. It's the yin and the yang connection. It's teaching us how to move with the resilience while staying deeply rooted in our purpose, because it's the purpose that is moving us forward. So this is about, we are flexible and strong. It's going to be good things and bad things. We're going to have rain and sunshine. It's like we're living in, so the serpent is this truly magical being. So it's this ability to hold both. So it's the year to cultivate sustainable wealth, forge powerful alliances, and create from a place of deep energetic integrity. So it's, again, this create the sustainability for yourself. The wood is also connection. It's collaboration. It's a time where people come together. People are working in teams. This I mean, if we're moving into, so the ascension is we're moving up to higher frequencies. We're moving closer to the universe, closer to spirit, closer to ourselves, and fully opening up. So that's unity. We are uniting with something. The energetics of this planet is duality. It's separation. And that is what we keep forgetting, that we are one and that we are one with everything. So the powerful alliances are very, very much created or connected to this energy this year. And it's the same for last year. So last year we were also focusing on cleaning out what is not what's not serving us anymore. So really focusing on the powerful alliances that will take you further, and letting go of whatever it is that is holding us back. That's the energetic integrity. It's like we have to have a very high standard for ourselves if we want to make a deep change. So the serpent and the wood together, they make a very, very strong energy for ascension. So it's the wisdom from the snake, the ability to know when to move and when to rest and when to act, and the ability to understand information and knowing what's true and having this strong connection. And with the groundwork, with the heavy work that was made last year, the snake can kind of come in and really create something very refined and beautiful and perfect. And because we're bringing in the wood element, this building energy just keeps on building. So it's a momentum from last year that just keeps on going. I will talk a little bit more about the energetic forecast, the predictions for this year. But that is one of the things that I will mention. So yeah, it's very, very, it's a great combination. It's fantastic. And together they shape the ascension process. So that is both intelligent and rooted. So we're being guided to rise with clarity, stability, and purpose. So it's the year for the aligned action. Serpent is Kundalini energy. That is the strongest connection to life force that we have, is the Kundalini energy, and the snake is the physical representation on this planet for that energy. It's the Ida and the Pingala. It's the feminine and the masculine. It's the life force that keeps that we want to awaken from the inside, and this is the representation of that. So yeah, this is a phenomenal and interesting combination. So just to mention a little bit about the elements. The elements, so every 12 years, there's a serpent year, and every 12 years, there's a different element. So this year, this time is the wood serpent. So the next time the serpent comes back is in 12 years, and then it comes with a different energy. So this year and this type of energy doesn't come back until in 60 years. So this is a phenomenal time to be alive. So the snake is not about force, it's about sovereignty. It's about vision and the kind of transformation that lasts for lifetimes. This is where we do the real work. This is not where we kind of rush and do hasty things or unconscious things. If we are acting from a place of groundedness and from a place of like a sovereign place, the work that you do this year will last you, if not only this lifetime. If you plan on staying, then you can have multiple. It will last you multiple lifetimes. If that's what you're up up to. Okay, so snake, of course, is shedding the old. That is the number one thing that I think that people connect to the serpent. That it's shedding its skin and that it's 100% connected to the energy of transformation. So this is really when you can you have the ability this year to, if the dragon gave you many changes last year, that's great. And this is the year when you can, it's like it was more external changes last year, and now we come for the internal shift. So we will notice that the identity shift, and I've noticed this so much this year already, that it's this time to leave old, it's like business models, it's relationships, it's if we're involved in different systems or projects or like contained energies, we have these different contained energies in our lives. This is the year where these things might fall apart completely. Like whatever is not supposed to serve you, allow it to fall off. And this is the really the year of leaving behind dishonesty, jealousy, competition, comparison, people pleasing, the weight of judgment, blame, shame, and guilt. The planet is evolving. The energies of the planet is evolving. And we are used to the fact that we can be dishonest without people noticing. It's like we can have an external representation of ourselves that looks happy and joyful and kind and polite and agreeable and hardworking and all of that. But inside of ourselves, we are judging, we are thinking that, yeah, all kinds of things. Whatever that was, and I've been doing it too. Of course, everyone does it. But we've been getting away with it because no one notices when we are dishonest. Or if we feel, jealous, or if we're judging secretly, inside of ourselves, or if we're running around people pleasing. All of this is not going to be able to hide anymore. So the people who are evolving will be able to see all of this behind the mask. And this is something that's going to be available for everyone if they want to. So it's like shedding this old identity of who we are as people, that needs to change too, because there's not going to be any space for these kind of negativity anymore, because the planet is evolving. It's inviting us to rise with it, and we must step into full energetic integrity. That is what this is about. It's an invitation to full energetic integrity. And what I mean by that is live your truth, be who you are, and be honest about what you do, basically, and let go of the negativity. Okay. This was a strong one, I feel. Okay. So the opposite of that is to align yourself with truth, your highest wisdom. It's like we know who we are. And this is what my teacher, Luhan, he says that it's an invitation for celestial kind of communion. it's time to really align with the true energetics of humanity. All of these negative imprints are imprints, and it's time for them to fall off. So the future belongs to those who move with clarity, trust, and unwavering purpose. The purpose, I come back to that over and over again, because that's the driving force. Why am I here? What am I doing? What do I want? What makes me feel good? What makes me feel alive? What makes me what gives me energy? So this unwavering purpose and the devotion to that purpose and the devotion to self is what drives us forward. And since the energy of the snake is Kundalini, it's aligned action, and the action together with purpose, that makes you unstoppable. Kundalini, the root of healing and ascension. So it's the same energy. So when I asked Simba, because we're talking about the root cause all the time, oh, find the root cause of your illness or your pain or your blockage. And I asked him, what do you mean by that? What is that? And then he says, it's about activating the self-healing energy in the body, and that is the Kundalini energy. And that is the energy that is dormant in our, it's like at the base of our spine, in our root chakra, and that is completely blocked by fear. So fear is the energy that blocks the whole thing, and it's our job to awaken that. And that's the ascension process within the physical body, and that is also the representation and the embodiment and the symbol of the ascension energy. So it's the same, because it's life force. And that's why it's also connected to the sexual energy, because sexual energy is life force, it's creation. And that's why you will notice that there's going to be a lot of energies bringing to the surface around the Kundalini energy, the natural healing, and I think that we will see a lot of people working with negative sexual experiences, because it's that energy that wants to be cleared. It wants to be, we don't want it to be infiltrated with anything negative or anything dark. So there's a very, very strong incentive, or it's like you can ride on these energies. And this is why I do this, so you are aware of what's happening, because then if you are aware with the serpent kind of sovereignty and awareness, that you make your moves. So the 2025 energy is amplified. It's really, really amplified. It's calling us to activate the full spectrum of our being, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's where true healing and ascensions begin, because they are connected. It's the healing and the ascension. It's connecting, and they are awakening together. And it's a force, and it's dissolving blockages, it's rewiring old patterns, and it's restoring the body to its natural state of health and flow. And that is also, so the wood energy is connected to abundance. It's the wood energy is the money energy. So it's like, it's, if we align with these energies, we have an exponential opportunity to ride with these energies, to rise above. But it's about rising above the negativity. It's about rising above the drama, the, yes, rising above darkness, and really understanding, how is my life, what do I have in my life, and what am I doing with it? So this is I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time, but we're here now. This is the moment. So this is the year to awaken your life force, harness your energetic mastery, and ascend through embodiment. We cannot just talk about things anymore. We have to do them. And if we do that, then the path becomes very, very clear. We can rise. So it's almost like letting everything go. And when we step into the mystery, when we step into the silence, it's just not applicable to us anymore. So the snake has this incredible skill to just allow the skin to fall off. We can just let things go. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but we have to come in to the mystery, to the magical. It's like we can feel our energy fields and we can choose what to do with this. So when we just let go of the negativity, we just start to rise. So there's an energy that can help you, because the energy of the planet is rising by itself. That's why you can yeah, it's happening already. So you just align with that and allow the shift to come. So the Kundalini and the aligned action is the path of least resistance. And when we step into this energy of not holding on to things, so the contraction is when we resist, and the expansion is when we ascend. So the aligned action is, so Kundalini is not just an energy, it's the pulse of creation itself. So it's this rising energy, but the creation itself, everything has a pulse. And the pulse is the expansion and the contraction. The contraction is super uncomfortable. We don't like it. And then we expand, and then, we can breathe again. It's falling in love with this energy. This is the energy of the universe. It's the energy of nature. Everything that is alive has a pulse. Everything that is alive on this planet has a pulse and a consciousness. And when we resist the contraction, that's where we create suffering for ourselves, and we create unnecessary problems. So understand that this contraction is if you look at the intestines, it's this squeezing energy. When you birth a child, everything is a squeezing energy. It's moving us forward. It's forcing us into growth. But when we stay in the mystery, when we align with the energetics, that becomes a very different experience. So the serpent teaches us that true speed does not come from only force, because it's about removing the obstacles that it's removing the obstacles that we are invited to look at through the contractions. So the Kundalini is moving, but we have to move with it. So Kundalini means action. So this is the year when we take action. The speed comes from action. But it doesn't come from only force. It's about removing what obstructs our path. So it's the path of least resistance. How quickly can I go from point A to point B, or to complete a task or finish what I'm doing in the quickest ability that I have. And it's about the ascension is to align with the mystery, align with whatever is above the drama, and connect with that and see new alliances, new collaborations, new ways of navigating, and new ways of understanding that, okay, there is another way. The serpent is really good at that. And that is where the internal comes in. You remember when we look at the mountain and say, okay, I have to change. So what do I need to change inside of myself to align with the speed and with the action? And that's where nervous system regulation comes in, somatic work, because the nervous system is what tells us how much we can hold, how much we can expand. The nervous system is directly involved with the contraction. And the somatic work is also connected, because we're carrying whatever we're still carrying is going to be affected in the contraction. So if we're suffering in the contraction, it's because we still have things to, it's either that there are things in the environment that the body is trying to make you see or notice, or the other one is that you still have unhealed prearranged karma inside. So the commit to the internal work to clear subconscious blocks. Subconscious is only another word for nervous system. It's what we have experienced in the past, and what is the body is kind of, oh, don't do that because that hurt last time. And the new energy is like, yeah, whatever hurt last time is not going to affect me anymore, because I'm not going to do it the same way. I'm not the same person. I'm different. I'm a grown up now. That's basically it. We need to go from allowing the inner child to navigate something that an adult knows. It's like the fear, the innocent fear, because it's a dramatic world, with the sovereign adult that knows what to do. It's two different energies. So once you start to release all of these blocks, you can experience what is called a quantum leap. That's just a word for massive change very quickly in the right direction. So the more you clear, the faster you move. The more you surrender, the more effortless life aligns. So this is the year to master the art of flow, where action is no longer struggle, but the extension of your highest frequency. So the action is, a lot of times we are moving from a freeze response, or a nervous system position. I don't know what to call it. A nervous system. Yeah. If we have a lot of freeze, if we're living and acting from freeze, that is the number one priority to get out of, because that is the work that we're talking about, to get out of whatever holding us back to become our highest potential. So whatever we clear this year is just going to propel you forward. So the fast track to ascension is mastering speed and precision. So because this is a fast year, things are going to speed up. When you align yourself, things are going to be things can change in a heartbeat, but we have to allow it. So we have to have the ability to handle the speed. Because it's not about doing things fast, it's about changing fast, about comprehending fast. It's about understanding fast and making decisions on the spot. Because opportunities are going to come and they're going to go. So it's like, oh, that's for me, I'm going to grab it. Boom. Straight away, yes or no. So it's not the year where you go, oh, that sounds interesting. Let me come back to you with that. Gone. It's like we have the opportunities and they come in front of us. And if we don't grab them, I mean, some might stay if that's what's supposed to happen. But if they don't stay, then we know why. Because the energy is fast, it's quick. So it's not so much about rushing, because the snake is not about rushing. The snake is about, ooh, I see this nice stone in the middle of the woods and the sun is here and I'm just going to stay here taking care of myself. So the snake is very deeply connected with self-care. So it's not about rushing. It's not about a nervous system activation. It's alignment. It's about being smart. It's intelligence. Again, the dragon was brute force. The snake is intelligence. And it's the full body connection that is the key. So the movement in this ascension year is directly linked to the nervous system and your ability to regulate, discern, and act with clarity in real time. So there will be, so the snake is good at kind of retreating and going back and hiding. So we know when to do that, but that's only when we need to do that. We don't stay in there, you know, just because it's nice and it's quiet and it's not, nothing is bothering us. It's this it's about participating in life fully, but knowing when to do that. Okay. So the serpent moves with effortless grace and it never wastes energy. So this is, again, it's about being smart and listen to the body. When it needs to rest, it will need to rest. So it's this deep alignment with the body and the natural rhythms of the body, but also with the environment. So it's this, so if the dragon was more about changing the external, then the snake is about the internal, but it's being, the snake needs to be in sync with the environment. If there's rain or if there's you know, storm, it will go and hide, while the dragon is like, what do you mean wind? That doesn't apply to me. What do you mean rain? It doesn't affect me. But the snake is affected. Okay, so reality shifts. So I mentioned a little bit in this. So it's going to be a reality split. So there's going to be multiple timelines unfolding simultaneously. So it's like Velcro pulling apart, separating the old from the new. So the expansion aspect in this is on a consciousness level. So it's again, I mean, it's not about being smart or intelligent. I mean, consciousness is not that, but when you raise your consciousness, you will become smart and intelligent. So the consciousness part is the most important aspect of transformation. So the more aware you are, the more choices you will find yourself to have. So again, when we want to be fluid, when we want to be adaptable, this is where consciousness and awareness comes in. So without that, not, I mean, it's like we have to align with the higher intelligence to understand, oh, I have other options. I have more choices. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. So it's about opening up and allowing that consciousness shift to occur, and understanding that if we are asking for, this is a real, and I'm only saying this because I realized that myself. I realized, wow, I'm asking for complete transformation. I'm asking for complete change. But I'm not, And I realized, wow, I have to allow that to occur. I have to allow things to be drastically different if that's what I'm asking for. So it's like allowing that shift. And this is not as easy as it sounds, I promise you. It's actually allowing the change, because very often we are standing in our own way for our change, just because there's no it's just like, wow, I've always done this. You know, people say, why are things like they are? And it's like, oh no, we've always done it this way. That's probably one of the more the things that you should should pay attention to. Like, oh no, we want to change. No, we don't want to do it as we've always done it. This is new. If we want a new planet, if we want a new frequency, we have to do things differently. So again, the snake is inviting us to this incredible ability to see that in ourselves if we allow it to be invited. So it's not just about change, it's about mastery, because it's about you and how you can have an item in front of you and look at it the old way, and then if you look at it the new way, it's a completely new item. It's very interesting when these things start to happen. I just go like, huh, okay. And this is the mystery I'm talking about. Allowing things to change quicker than the physical body wants to change, because we know that we want the change, but it's very uncomfortable to change. So the ones who rise above are those who can witness the shift without being consumed by it, who can hold their alignment while the world recognizes itself, reorganizes itself around them. So it's like, it's about understanding that, okay, I need to shift, the external need to shift, everything needs to shift. The body is going to find that uncomfortable. How can I find that comfortable? And that is to rise, to ascend, to find something new, to align with something new. And the energetics that we want to align with is higher frequencies, where things are easier, when things are moving by itself. Ascension is basically that you are being pulled upwards without effort. It's supposed to be effortless and difficult at the same time, if that makes any sense. When we ascend, the good and the bad kind of dissolves. The duality goes away. And when duality goes away, guess what also goes away? The suffering. Because we're not accepting the suffering. This is true, like core Buddhist teachings is coming alive in this year. So an energy that comes with the serpent is the split tongue, and this is the duality. So things are going to go one way or another, and it's you hold the key to whatever that reality is. What I'm talking about is the representation of the capacity to navigate both, because we're going to live in a world of duality. You're going to see people go absolutely nuts on one hand, and then go to and you're going to see other people go to their absolute truth. So it's the choice that the duality represents, and we have to allow that. We have to allow everyone do whatever they want to do, but we will see that there will be a split. So it's our ability to see that, to be aware of that, to how to say, process that and make something of it, or act on that. So it's the ability to see, and that's where the mystery comes in again. Okay, how do I know that this is whatever you have in front of you? How do I know that that's for me? Yeah, that's when you go into this mystery. That's where you go into yourself. That's where we silence the mind. We sharpen our senses. And that's why we know. That's how we know. And when we clear the karma, so we clear the energy channels, the feeling channel, that is the different. So we have the 7 chakras, or however many you believe that they are. Doesn't matter. So the chakras are blocked, basically. So the energy channel in the middle is blocked. So we clear that and we go into this emptiness, and then we just have all the information available to us. And that's how the serpent navigates. That's how we can discern if whatever we are presented with is for us or not. If this is a yes or is it a no? Is it good for me or is it harmful? So the serpent teaches us that mastery is not about choosing one path over another, but integrating both. Its ability to hold paradox. So we will be stepping into the energy of duality. And in this reality, we will have multiple realities existing at once. And just an example of that, you can have one aspect of your area of your life that is going phenomenally well. And then you can have another aspect of your life that is not going well. And you have just a completely different life experience. And okay, so now these two need to exist. And who needs to change to make them exist together? Yeah, us. So we have the ability to do that, to embrace transformation and to speak only what is aligned and true. So the split tongue is to align with truth again, no people pleasing, knowing what's right, knowing what's true for you, and acting on that, focusing on the purpose, going for what you want, going for what is true, going for what is real, and closing everything else off and just aligning with that. Not allowing the other energy to kind of pull you away into something that is not for you. So in a world that is shifting at rapid speed, those who refine this skill will lead the way. So it's the inner alchemy that is going to shape leaders. You will see a person, and a leader is not someone, it doesn't need to have followers. It could be something who just leads themselves. You know, someone who lead themselves and just, I know where I'm going. The snake always knows where they're going. They go, they align with purpose and they move with purpose. So we talk a little bit about contraction, and that can also be mentioned as the void. The void is very interesting because it's a word play also. It's a void, or a void, the void. So what are we doing with the void? What are we doing with the contraction? Are we avoiding it, or is it just a void? So when we are avoiding, that's where we're going into the nervous system responses, and we stop. We go hide, we go. So this is a snake trait and characteristics, but it's it's like discerning if the fear is fake or not, because the snake will only go and hide if there's an actual threat. And the nervous system response, if we have unhealed karma or unhealed imprints or traumas, that's where this comes from. So it's not a real threat. It's a perceived threat from the body. And knowing what is it avoid or is it avoidance? Because if we allow the fear to dictate and we go and hide, then it's an avoidance. The contraction can just be a void where we're supposed, oh, this is okay. So when the void comes, when the contraction comes, when things start to become uncomfortable, or if I start to become worried about things or squeezed, or I just go, okay, what am I being called to do? Again, I go into the mystery. I silence everything. I just turn on all my senses and I just wait. And then I know, because of my practice, because of what I do, the truth is going to come to me. And then I will know, okay, is this a nervous system response? Is this something that has to do with me? Or am I being invited to change? It's either or. And with the Year of the Serpent, when you do your practice, you can just receive the information in the field because everything is getting open. So humanity is going to understand and learn how to do this because this is available. This is ready, available on this planet, and you can change with it. So in 2025, avoidance will become way more visible, both within ourselves and in the world around us. The serpent does not fear the void. It sheds, it transforms, and it moves through. Fear is not an issue. That is, fear is great companion because it will, when you are connected, it will show you when you need to move. That's how it's just all of the sensations that you have in the body is connected. You're supposed to be like a snake in the forest, being so deeply connected to your senses that you can hear a danger come miles away. That's how clever and connected that we can be. So this year calls for deep inner work, for facing what arises instead of retreating into patterns of reactivity. And the patterns of the reactivity is patterns of the past. That is what is not cleared within ourselves. So the choice is clear: step into a void and transmute, or be weighed down by what you refuse to face. That is our choice that we have, because the world is never going to be only, I mean, the dynamic of this year, of this place, is the yin and the yang. That's, we can't get away from that. That's always going to be here. We're all gonna, I mean, it might sound morbid, or we're all gonna die, but that's the truth. It's like we only have this limited time, and then what is it that we want to do with it, and how willing am I to actually look at myself? Because it's only me inside. There's nothing else. Okay, so energetic overview. So this year is a bridge carrying us from expansive fire of the dragon to refined mastery of the serpent. So they are both magical beings, but they navigate very, very differently. So the truth that are being unveiled in 2024 are still being integrated. We're shifting from revelation into embodied reality. But that doesn't mean that transformation is over. Far from it. More will surface, more will unravel, and the unseen will continue to rise into the light. So you're going to keep noticing very, very big changes. And that's okay. we say that we want change, so we got to allow change to come, and it might not look the way that you think that it would look. And this is where we ascend. We step out of the drama. So this is a year of deep integration, strategic movement, and undeniable awakening. No one can stop what is coming, and nothing can stay hidden. So this is a good thing to keep with you. This, I mean, the transparency that is coming is not only in this year. So I think this is an invitation to look at oneself, like, how transparent can I be? Because the more transparent you are, the better you will feel inside. Because when we have nothing to hide, we are completely clear, and that gives, I mean, that's just a phenomenal feeling to have, that you have nothing to hide, and that the guilt is gone, the shame is gone, all of that is gone. Then you can really move freely. Okay, so let's step into the fun part. An energetic forecast. So the energy is going to change. So in true serpent manner, nothing stays the same. It keeps changing. So the first quarter is basically it's like, woo, from the dragon. It's like, oh my God, what was that? And the first quarter, so the first 3 months of the serpent year, is still integration of the turbulence from last year. It's we can still feel it. I heard so many people say, wow, I feel this feels like dragon year. And like, yeah, it's the small dragon, and it still lingers a little bit. So it's like it still has these superpowers of changing dramatically, but it also has, what I've noticed for myself is that the energy of the dragon and situations occur, and I'm like, oh my God, this is a dragon situation. But then it just solves itself, because I can go into the state that I know that I should operate from. And when I align with the information that is available for me in the situation, instead of going from the mind, from rushing, from forcing, from uh, navigating from fear or any other negative emotion, if I come back to the emptiness and the mystery inside of myself, who I truly am, then all the information becomes available to me, and then I know how to do, and I know how to act, and then all of a sudden the situation just disappears. So it's like this dragon energy, and then it's the refinement of the snake that kind of takes care of it somehow. No, I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how I'm experiencing the combination of the two energies. So even though we might still feel the dragon a little bit during the first 3 months, it's also a time for recovery. It's about resting a little bit. It's like being in a I mean, we spent 1 year in this very dramatic energy, so we need to rest a little bit, and we need to process what's happened. And it's, some people can experience it as like cleaning up after the dragon a little bit. That's how I feel sometimes, that the massive shifts has been done, but then it's like the fine tunement of the details. It's like finishing the details. So it's definitely 3 months of rest, recovery, and surrender and processing, because we need to aligned with something new. So what we will see is that we will, in the world, you will see that it's going to shift at an accelerated pace. I think we will see global structures change. I think we will see technology change rapidly. And I think that our personal identities has the ability to being completely rewritten if we want to. I believe that a massive change is coming, and all the forecasts about this year of the ascension is saying the exact same thing. The world is going to change. And it's about, are we going to align with that, or are we going to resist that? So whatever is coming, we don't know. But the resistance is going to create suffering. So the surrender and the adaptability, that's what the snake comes with. So the first 3 months is about aligning with the rest and cleaning up. It's like we're in it's both energies at once. So it's this ability to see that, and the rest, the recalibration and the embrace of what is unfolding is the key to that. So it's, again, stepping into the mystery and understanding what's happening, and adapt yourself to however it fits you best. So whatever happens externally, look at that. How do I want that to affect me? And you create whatever it is that you want to create from there. And it's the rest and the recovery that is going to take you there during this first quarter. So the second quarter is where we will see more aligned action and more revelations come. So we're going to feel, so if the first 3 months is more kind of recovering a little bit from the dragon, then after those 3 months, we are a little bit recovered. We've gained a lot of knowledge. We gained a lot of wisdom during the first 3 months, and then we can start to take action. So it's like the dragon year was very strong, very dramatic. We're getting a couple of months to kind of clean up and kind of shift gears. It's like we're home repacking the suitcase for the next trip almost. So these 3 months we are hibernating a little bit, or not hibernating, but we're collecting the energies, we're pulling it back, we're resting, and then we will find out, okay, what is next, and then we will know what to do and what not to do, because we come from. So if you're feeling that you're exhausted right now during these 3 first months, then that is the invitation to rest. The snake doesn't go on and on and on and on. That's not the energy. It's coming back. So if you allow that for the first 3 months, then knowing what to do and what not to do in the second quarter is going to be very, very easy. And what we will notice is that the spring energy ignites momentum, the rest is over, and the energetic shifts into creation, clarity, and acceleration. This is where the Kundalini starts to awaken. So first, the snake rests for 3 months. Basically, I mean, it's not just rest, but it's more of a recovery energy. And then the Kundalini will start to activate, and the aligned action starts to take center, and it's like vision starts to take form, like dreams. And you might find that okay, there's a truth here that the truth and authenticity that is coming up, and that's going to become a non-negotiable. So we're going to see much, much more discernment and very clear action, especially in the second quarter. And you're going to see people standing up for themselves and just being very authentic and sharing, this is a yes, this is a no, and the non-negotiable is going to be key. So pay attention to your own non-negotiables. This is where I draw the line. And it doesn't need to be a hard line. It's just a line. So knowing what to do and not to do is key. And the boundaries are strengthened, standards are elevated, and distractions fall away. So we will, but that's a choice. So, but I'm already noticing that what I used to be distracted by a while back is not distracting me at all anymore. It's just not there anymore. It just falls off. On a global scale, massive disclosures will shake the foundations of collective reality, expose deeper layers of energetic and spiritual warfare. So we're going to become much, much more aware of what actually is going on. So there's going to be more disclosures on that level. So, but if you pay attention to that or not, doesn't matter. And the only thing that is needed to know about this is that the negativity is going to be out in the open. People will not be able to practice negativity hidden anymore. It will be shown in their whole existence. So, I mean, just knowing that this is happening, it's not something that people need to focus on, because if we focus on negativity, we just tend to get more negativity. So it's more important to know that the honesty and the transparency, that's what's coming. So grounding practices, embodiments, and personal disciplines are no longer optional. They are going to be the stabilizers for navigating high frequency surge. So it's interesting because I've been listening to to a lot of people talking about these things, and the practices that is being used, people have been doing that for just to manage anxiety or manage stress or to clear a health issue. And it's only some people do it, but it's that the natural health and how we take care of ourselves and how we ground and how we step into body and how we connect to the senses and how we navigate, that's going to be the absolute key. That's where you're going to see the difference, because people who don't take care of themselves, that's just going to show. And then you can't really come with problems when you're not it's like we're blaming the external for issues that is deeply connected with our ability to take care of ourselves. So those who are aligned will thrive, those who resist will feel the pressure. And that's being very gentle in the yeah. So the keys are out there. It's going to be everything is available. So it's only up to each and every one, because the information is going to be out there. It's if you seek, you will find, and if you're here, then you definitely searched. So Q3 is going to be full energy in motion. So it's fueled by the bold power of the dragon and the strategic precision of the serpent. So you're going to see through this whole year, even though the dragon is gone, we're still flying on that energy. So it's the connection, it's the combination of these two magical beings in this amazing time to be alive. And that will, so for those who listened to the Dragon Masterclass, yes, last year, you already know that we were building up. And now we are flying on that energy. And so the intention that was set last year is going to be in full motion in Q3. This is where we, this is where we really practice gratitude, because we're going to get what we're going to get what we asked for, even if it was conscious or unconscious. So if you've been doing the work from Dragon Year and really putting the pieces in place, then Q3 is going to be a marvelous experience, because whatever was built up. So please pay attention in Q3, because it's going to be, you're going to live in your own creation, basically. And either it's a conscious creation or an unconscious creation. And you can have both. Remember, it's a time for both. You can be in Q3 and have an awful experience on one hand and a beautiful experience on the other hand, but you need to see what is connected to what. Why am I having these experiences? And you can trace the energy to old and new. So on a global scale, awakening reaches a tipping point. So you're going to see massive shifts in consciousness. People are going to relocate and restructure lives to match the new realities. The divide between old and the new deepens, forcing a choice: hold on to the past or fully embrace the future. And things to pay attention to is that timelines are separating. So you will be meeting people who lives in a completely different reality than you do. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, that you will meet people. So it's going to be realities living side by side. So the adaptability is key, but also discernment, because since the timelines are so separated, there might be people or energies that is trying to pull you into another timeline or to pull you into another reality. So your discernment is like, that's not my reality. I'm going to stay in this reality. So you're going to see multiple realities live at the same time. Again, that is completely fine. What do you do about that? We rise above to another frequency. So what are you willing to accept or refuse to claim your truth and freedom? And this is, again, the law of accepting. So what are we willing to let in? So this is a time of opportunity, but it requires absolute self-responsibility. So this is, again, I'm my own authority. I create my own life, and I decide the rules, and I decide what's available for anyone else within my space. So it's self-responsibility, but it's a huge opportunity. So from here, you can fully, step into something new. So to rise, what do I need to do to take care of myself, my energy, and my evolution? So the snake is expert in self-care, expert. So this energy, this year is really, really, really putting yourself first, always, because that's what's gonna, the energetic setup is just not, if you don't listen to yourself, if you don't take care of your energy and your body, like physical, emotional, or spiritual, then we have nothing to give. So to be able to really connect with this rapid change is to know thyself. Know thyself. Take care of your own energy. And then Q4 is going to be it's standing in your own creation. It's just everything will be different. Whatever choices you made, the actions that you made, the energy that has been cultivated through the dragon and the serpent years will now manifest in full form. So you will stand in the world that you have created. So it's aligned action all the way. Things can go fast, things can go very quick. And at the end of the year, you will know what you have created. So everyone is going to do this, either they are aware or not. So you're going to see the creation that, I mean, you can watch it in real time. And it, with the, so when you step into this connection with the self, then you can also see where other people are going. You don't even have to talk to them. You just see in everything that they do, everything that they are, everything that they have, everything that, how they use their resources, how they use their language, how they use their energy, how they use their attention. It's going to be completely transparent for everyone to see where everyone is going. Because everything becoming transparent. Because the internal is not a mystery anymore. You just got to step into the mystery to access the mystery, and then it's not a mystery anymore. So the final quarter of this year is about integration, embodiment, and owning the life that you've been building. And of course, if you don't like what you created, you can always create something else. So it's not a doomsday thing. It's just, you know, it's how the energies unfold, basically. So the separation of reality is complete. What was once unseen is now undeniable. And this is no longer a time for preparation. It's a time for arrival. And the question is no longer what's coming, but what have you chosen to create for yourself? So it's, the whole year is basically taking back the power of creation, because Kundalini is creation. So this is about taking back the power of creation and create it for yourself. It's not something that is created by someone else. It's our creation. And the two snakes. So that was the overview for the year. And connecting to this, that the energy will reveal itself in two distinct ways, is you will notice that you will have the harmonious tree snake and the venomous snake. So knowing, so all of this will be available to see, and the harmonious tree snake is the one that is connected to the senses, that doesn't have an active mind, that is connected to the energetics and the ability to read and see what is available. And then we have the venomous snake that is more from the mind, is not as connected, and it runs on the negativity fuel. It runs by lack, of wanting more, greed, not being enough, fear, anger, jealousy, competitiveness, a lot of corporate energy in the venomous snake, like pushing. I'm going to get what I want no matter what. While the harmonious tree snake is connected to the energy, connected to environment, want to build together, want to create together, is not imposing on anyone else's things. We allow others to be who they are. This is the ascension energy. We just allow things to be as they are, and we take care of our own, and we fix ourselves. So the difference is very profound, and the choice between them will become impossible to ignore. And a very practical thing is to avoid the drama. So drama is what's going to make you, or it's going to draw you into, the venomous snake will draw you in through drama. That's how you will know. It's chaos, and it's conflict, and it's drama. It's gossip, talking about people's back. It's hidden. It's calculated. It has a motive. It's contracting. It makes everything feel stuck. And yeah, it's the contraction. Drama creates contraction. So the social drama is probably one of the biggest wisdom that the snake has for us. Because when we step out of the drama, we connect to true creation. Because stillness, peace, happiness, transparency, openness, grace, forgiveness, all of that just opens us up, while the drama and the chaos is creating contraction. So look at the external, like, where am I being pulled? Because we will have the different timelines, the different realities. Where do you choose to attend? Because it's all an invitation, and you don't have to attend. No one is forcing you to do anything, or be anywhere, or be with people, or it's a choice that we take back for ourselves. So the more attention you give to the external noise, the more you surrender your energy to forces that are not your own. And that's the point. So when we let go of the feeling of silence and the feeling of peace and the mystery, and we have all our senses, a negative person or a negative energy will, that's just ruins that straight up. So it's very easy to detect, and that's the point, that it's very easy to feel, because the body is going to tell you. So this is an invitation to rebirth, allowing, letting go, transforming. And again, we're moving into new energies. That is not the dragon energy. It's something much, much more gentle. So it's again, it's not by force. It's something that we allow to fall off. We just stop doing things. We stop aligning with the things that doesn't, support us anymore, or we just know, like, okay, this got to go. So it's about this inner alchemy and surrendering to evolution. So it's growth. Ascension is growth. It's the old self, the outdated beliefs, the attachment to what was, all of these things we can dissolve for something new. So it's like closing doors in order for new doors to open. And the serpent doesn't cling to its old skin. It just sheds and moves forward, lighter, sharper, and more alive. There's nothing of the old to hold on to. That is the invitation. So your invitation to step fully into the unknown, to trusting the process of becoming, to embrace the void without fear. And rebirth is a choice. To allow the choice, to allow the skin to fall off. And it does, and it might sound like it's a lot of work. It could be, depends on how much you hold on to what you don't need anymore. But once you start to let go, it's and the energy is here to support us for it. The ascension is here. And this is the energies that we will be surrounded with. So if you feel like there's a contraction, then okay, how can I shift this? All of the most dramatic situations that I've had during this year and last year, realizing how is this working for me or against me? So if everything is working for me, how can I adapt and ride that energy? So that will still continue for this year, but not in as dramatic way. But the principle is still the same. How can I shift? Is there a layer of 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 the old skin that I can just shed and become something new? Allow it to fall off. So there's no more hiding. Being in your truth, standing clear in your truth, owning your truth, owning your choices, owning who you are, owning your values, and speaking the truth. So there's no more hiding. There's only doing that is visible and non-doing. And the non-doing is the mystery. It is allowing things to fall off and not do it to yourself, not do it to someone else. And when we stand in that, then everything becomes clear. But then there's no one there, there's no one to see, there's no one to hook onto, there's just no one there. And then you will not attract the negative energies. You will move and like the snake, like the Kundalini energy, you will just learn to adapt. And because the snake, it sees the future. You can see the future because the body will tell you what's coming. Your senses, it's like your ears and your eyes, they are so much more than you think that they are used for. They are the connection to everything. And when we learn how to activate that, there's no need to hide, because we have nothing to hide. We are just ourselves. And then the alignment, and then that's when we align with the Kundalini energy, because that is the Kundalini energy. And then we will learn to move unshaken by the illusions of the world and the timelines and the ideas and the realities that other people try to project on us. And I really love this one: align with truth or be exposed by its absence. The absence of truth creates a very particular environment. And aligning with truth is going to create a different reality, where you don't need to hide, where everything is open and transparent, and there's no punishment, there's none of that. Because love, grace, forgiveness, and harmony is the energy that is leading the way. That is when we say galactic connection and galactic harmonies, that is the energy of love, grace, forgiveness, peace. That is the galactic. So the old ways are dissolving. Fear, hesitation, playing small, they no longer have a place in this world. The universe is opening doors that once were locked. What you seek is seeking you. So the path will be illuminated the moment you choose to walk it with unwavering trust. So it's this connection to the new. That's the galactic. It's complete harmony, transparency, and love, and forgiveness and grace. That is the energetics that we are aligning with, together with full, clear yang energy, discernment, clear boundaries. But it doesn't come with rage. It doesn't come with anger. It doesn't come with fear. It's just there. the yang is just fully embodied with yes and no. So that's it, guys. That's the energetics of the Year of Ascension. So this is not the end of this masterclass. Well, this is the end of this masterclass, but it's the beginning of something else. So I'm opening up the gates to the Ascend with Sara portal, where I will from now on create all my content, I'm going to start sharing the ascension process over the year. And I'm going to invite people, I'm going to invite my teachers, I'm going to invite other voices in my community. And I'm going to share a step-by-step process of the work that I'm doing and the path that I'm choosing, and everything that we have spoken about today is going to play out in that portal. So that is where I'm going to hang, and that's where I invite you all to hang out with me, to share your views, to consume material, to ask questions. It's a space where we walk the path together and where we can practice and represent all the things that we see coming, the energetics that we want to create for ourselves and for others and for the world. So again, it's about coming together. It's about aligning with people that are looking for the same, that are wanting the same, that wants to align with a new reality where we actually see change in the world. So we're going to see the split. So I'm offering a space where like-minded can be and hang out, and where we walk together. So in the replay email, or if you're watching the replay, the portal information is just below. Everyone who's watching live will receive all the information in the email with the replay. And I hope to see you in the portal, where I will be offering discounts, special announcements, special offers, secret practices, conversations, interviews, podcasts. My teachers will appear there, and it's going to be a space for people who want to ascend this year. And this is where I will offer special one-on-one coaching and special programs, everything to fit the ascension and the alignment with the new reality that is not only coming, it is already here. So this is the time to ascend. And if you want to ascend with me, please join my portal and just spread your wings and create the reality that you know that you were meant to create. That's what I want for you. And so that you can create the freedom that you already crave that bad. It's possible. Everything is possible. So the time is now. The energy is rising. So this is where I will share my exact journey and the work that I've done and the work that I will continue to do. And what I want for you is to step into your absolute highest timeline, because the timelines are shifting. There's multiple timelines to choose, and you can choose your own. And this is the time. So thank you so much for joining me this year again for the Wood Serpent Masterclass. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can, if you join the portal, the replay will be up in there, and you will be able to comment and let me know what you think, what stood out. So my invitation is to head over to the portal and to let me know what you thought of this. So thank you so much and see you next time.